implementation, the backlog of water use licenses has been cleared, and the Department of Water Affairs is on track to meet its target of processing 80% of applications within 90 days. Work is also underway to establish a National Water Resource Infrastructure Agency that will ensure better management of our national water resources. Of the 203 projects in the pipeline developed by the Infrastructure Office in the Presidency, 13 related to agriculture and agro-processing, including processing facilities, irrigation schemes, and fresh produce markets. We are taking far-reaching measures to ensure energy security both in the immediate term and in the future, as the President of AGRI SA has highlighted in the speech the challenge of energy security that our country continues to face. Thanks to a turnaround plan under implementation, we will be working with private sector as well as public sector to ensure that the challenges, both in terms of energy security and other related industries that impact on agriculture, will be resolved. The new board at ESCOM, which has just been announced by the Minister, we hope will be able to address some of the challenges that we are facing in that state entity. The issues of maintenance, corruption, procurement, and capacity that has caused the recent load shedding. At the same time, we have taken decisive measures to enable a massive increase in private sector investment in energy generation capacity. We are working closely with regulators, business, and other stakeholders to remove any obstacles to the completion of the new generation projects. Ladies and gentlemen, the killing of farmers and farm workers and attacks on farms are acts of criminality that we condemn in the strongest terms. We mourn the life so senselessly lost and the trauma that it causes for all involved. The disruption caused by these attacks, but also by damage caused to farming operations by arson, vandalism, and theft, has a far broader impact on society and on the country's food security. Government is working with the sectors, particularly farmers and farming communities, as we implement the National Rural Safety Strategy to improve the safety of the farming community and to reduce stock and crop thefts. I want to express my gratitude to industry bodies for devoting resources to support the strategy on a number of fronts, including through infrastructure upgrades and other measures. Another issue of concern to the sector is the prevalence of illegal mining, which has detrimental impact in agriculture. We've established a multidisciplinary task team in 22 priority districts across several provinces to combat crime that targets economic infrastructure. These units have been registering success in arrests, the confiscation of weapons, and shutting down of illegal operations. You will, for example, have seen the major arrest earlier this week in the Northwest Province. Much of this success is thanks to collaboration between the task team, private security companies, and businesses, including in the agricultural sector. Farm killings, illegal mining, and all other forms of crime can only be defeated if we work together, share information and best practice, and pool resources that are needed. The agricultural sector is resilient and foresighted. Thanks to the partnership between the sector and government, we are dealing with the challenges facing the sector in a coordinated manner. By the same token, we must also continue to work together in the same spirit to address the issues of transformation of the sector. We cannot talk about sustainable agriculture in South Africa without giving equal attention to the urgent imperatives of farming and inland ownership. When it comes to enabling black farmers to run successful commercial operations, agricultural financing is key. We are all aware of the challenges that the land bank has faced in the recent past. The new board that the Minister of Finance has put in place is working tirelessly to reform the land bank so it is better able to serve this sector. We are also looking at ensuring that the agricultural development funds and grants housed in various departments are consolidated and used as the capital base and a new and sustainable land bank. In addition, we anticipate the next phase of the blended finance scheme launched last year by Industrial Development Corporation will be upscaled and be run in partnership with land bank, commercial banks, and agribusinesses. On land reform and restitution, the department has developed a system to provide transparency in the selection of beneficiaries for the land allocation. Work is also underway to establish a land and development agency that will ensure greater efficiency in both the acquisition of strategic land and its redistribution to deserving beneficiaries. I'd also like to thank organizations in the sector for the support initiatives they are running for farmers who have been given land under the proactive land acquisition program. As we have always maintained, the land reform process will only be successful if beneficiaries have access to necessary resources, expertise, and most importantly, capital to become commercially successful. So once again, thank you for this important and good faith gesture. The expropriation bill that has recently been approved by the National Assembly and which is now before the National Council of Provinces will also assist in speeding up land reform. Rather than being viewed as a threat to agriculture, the expropriation bill provides clarity on the circumstances in which land may be expropriated and provides clear rules on how, within the prescripts of the Constitution, various actions can be taken to advance the needs of all South Africa's people. We cannot build a united society without redressing the wrongs of the past. We cannot live alongside each other in harmony so long as the country's majority, the dispossessed, do not have an equal and equitable share in land ownership. Ladies and gentlemen, as the agricultural and farming sector, I applaud you for your contribution in the daily lives of our South African population. I applaud you for your sector's contribution to our balance of trade, to addressing our unemployment crisis, and above all, to ensuring our national food security. I also want to commend the sector for embracing the land donations policy and urge you to use this policy space provided to support the acceleration of land reform. We want to see from this Congress concrete proposals that will not only benefit agriculture, but the broader economy and society. As you will be deliberating on the profitability and sustainability of agriculture in South Africa, I urge you to work towards an agricultural sector that is representative, inclusive, and that supports our nation's social and economic goals. In making this call, I quote from the last stanza of C.J. Langenhoven's poem, I quote, "My Land." Heritage on this one, you will just pardon me, my Afrikaans is not quite technical. Afhartige pogings laat nie vijand weet, moet ons nog verdeel, wacht en geef. The other Christo will provide you in writing. And you understand very well, because if I were to put some Xhosa or Swati names, you would be in the same position as I am. And that's the lovely part of being South African. Indeed, let us all play our part. Even as we have our challenges and disagreements, let us not be disheartened, but look at ways to overcome them. Even as our country has struggled to regain its footing, we are seeing the green shoots of recovery. It is up to us to build on them. Let us continue to work together as government, as the industry, as labor, and as civil society to strengthen agriculture so that it lives, work, grows, and benefits all. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thanks for your address personally, and then also the address from the President. We really appreciate it. I think there's a lot of things that we are exactly on the same page. There are a lot of things that we differ as well, but we need to work together. I think in the long term we need to work together, and we need to make this work, but we need to act as well. We need to act as fast and as soon as possible to make this country a better country for all of us. We will continue our engagement with government as you and your department and all other spheres of government to make it a better country. So thank you very much for your best. Thanks for attending. I believe that you have somewhere else to be as well. But our message to the President as well. We thank him for his address today, and we would like to engage with him on some other stage as well. We would just like to hand over the President to you and to the President, if you can provide with that. Minister, I would just like to call on to Alwyn just to make a few announcements regarding our voting, and then Chris just to get the detail around. We're going to break for coffee now. We're going to return afterwards, and then we just change the program around with that Renell standard addresses afterwards. So Alwyn, if you can quickly address Congress, and then Chris.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Following on my earlier announcement, what we are going to do now during the tea break is make available the voting devices. So all the voting delegates can there at the rear of the hall go to Lumi. They will then hand you your voting device. Then during the course between the tea break and lunchtime, we will have a quick demo or trial run on the voting process. The purpose is to verify that the lists correspond with the devices that's been handed out and the activated cards that have been given. And we will do a run for the President election and then for various chambers just to make sure that we've got everybody on the list. So the voting delegates would have been handed a little card that looks like a credit card device. This needs to be matched with the device that we will hand to you, and that is the device that we will use to vote. So if during tea break, as I said, if you could just go to the rear and collect your device, and then prior to lunchtime, we'll just test that the system is working properly, and then we will proceed with voting just after lunch. In the meantime, those of you who still want to do nominations, both for President, Vice President, and the various office members from the various chambers, can please proceed to do so. You can still mail us the nominations, or alternatively, from the little nomination forms that you can also complete there. You can just ask me, I will make them available, so that we can be ready to complete the voting process quickly after lunch. Thank you. But Wat die nominaties betreft is nog steeds ook. En die nominaties uit die verskillende kamers. Wyse van e-pos, terwyl jy wilde, of ons het ook fisiese beskikbaar wat jy kan voltooi as jy dit sou kies. Dis die reëls, baie dankie.
We will have Brendan Sunday, who will address us as well as Portia Kirby. And then we're going to have a couple of seats here on the stage, panel discussions, and that's an opportunity to have also engagement between the audience here as well as. So we have Transnet. Ja.
Dat is toch wel lekker. Ja.
On the radio, midnight. The media space. Yes, yes. Why are they not filling this? Are you happy though? Oh my God. Oh my God. What's that matter? Oh, sorry, what I say?
I want to focus. Yeah. Which is why are they doing this?